Hey there everybody, Paolo here, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. So you might notice something different. I managed to get the full set. It took me about 5 clears of those seven nights in order to get the chest piece, plus I was killing the other two back towards the entrance. I did end up picking up like 4 pairs of gloves and 5 helmets. The chest did not seem to want to drop. This is what I'm thinking for my final loadout. I kind of like the look of this. The shield there, I don't know. Now, I'm not actually wearing this stuff to play today. If you look here, we're up to 115% load. If I do go over to the Rust Red Sword, that'll bring us down to 98%. Still way too heavy. We could swap this out for Royal Soldiers, still 84%. And so forth. Also, this armor is currently not better than what we were normally wearing, because the other stuff was like +7, +8. So we got to start upgrading it. I'm not going to do all that today. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I'm going to be going for. Once we start putting some points into this gear, it should pretty quickly become far better than our Alva set. Although it's moderately heavy. So we do know we're going to have to put some points into Vitality. Let's go ahead and put our normal gear back on. And let's see, Ring of Blades. We're actually going to swap this over to that ring for now. We're going to do some testing here, but I think we're swapping these chimes. I real quickly put some points in this Witch Tree Belvine. Got that up to +8 to match our other one, our Archdrake chime. And if you look here, the scaling, if we come in here, A compared to B. So this should do more damage with our primary lightning spells, and we'll just use the other one for our weapon buff. Actually, let me swap that around. I want the bow at number 2. I want the chime at number 3 on my offhand. There we go. Good, good, good. Yeah, I think we're about ready. Let's spend some of these souls before we head out. Level up. And 20, 17, there we go. Alright. Travel back to the crypt. Now, you may notice something here that has occurred. This happened once we, I believe, killed the Looking Glass Knight. It might have happened after the Demon's Song. You can now actually see how many zones are left. You can also see how many bonfires are available. So if you go through here, you'll see one of these we should have. Actually, it'll be the forest, because we haven't gotten all the bonfires there. Right there, you'll see there's an extra bonfire here that we haven't unlocked. I don't know what they did this for, but basically you can see now we're coming down. We have 3 new zones we have yet to clear. And there's a few little odds and ends we have missed. For the most part, just that one in the Forest of the Fallen Giants, and so forth. There's still more gameplay than it may seem here. The last few zones take a bit longer to complete. What was I doing? Travel! Here, there, go. Okay. So, like I said, it only took me about 5 tries. We're going to have to kill these knights, but we are going after the boss today. Why I did that, I don't know. I decided to come into it fresh to show you guys how I was clearing it out in order to keep from losing too much. Now, the boss we are going to be fighting up ahead here, we're not going to get a whole lot of chance to use magic on him, so we can use our magic a little bit early on. Unfortunately, these knights have quite hefty shields, so you're not going to get too many hits off with it. First, you can always summon somebody in to help you out with it. That's why all these summoning signs are back here. They're to help you clear out this trash before the boss. They want to do the boss, but they're back here. Ah, crap! I forgot about the bell guy. I was talking. Let's reset it. I don't want those 4 casters going. That was dumb of me. Run back here, and we'll just reset it real quick. So this boss we are going to fight, and for those of you playing ahead, that is today we're going to kill that boss, which is going to open up King Vendrick, which will allow us to get his ring, which will then, where do we want to go from there? We will probably go kill the other 2. We might actually get 2 bosses in this. So, the ring we're going to get from King Vendrick, we're not actually killing King Vendrick, we're just looting his ring. Or we might head to the Dragon Area. I don't know. I apologize for those that want to play ahead. I don't know exactly which route I want to take quite yet. Alright, let's get a target on him. If we come here, he should attack us rather than the bell. Then we can just kill him. There we go. But yeah, we're going for the boss. And then after that, I think we'll head to the Dragon Area because we want to get, or to the, yeah, we're going to head to the area. That's what it's called. What is it? You'll have to come back and check. I don't know. Okay. What was I talking about here? We can't use spells all that well against the boss, so I'm going to use one or two of them here to cheese these guys. And what I'm doing is I'm lining the guy up between the crown of the two ears on my helmet there. We're going to get about here, and I'm just going to smack him in the face. Taking that first guy down, about 800 damage, is a great start off. Come on. Oh, I still have the big shield on. Well, that makes a big difference. Boy, that makes this a lot easier. I've never used a great shield in this. That there is more how I was going to say go about it. If you can damage the first guy, and then you can use parries against them in order to get through them the rest of the way. How are we on weight? We're way over, 72%. We're not way over, but we're higher than I want to be. Let's get our Royal Kite Shield back out. Right? Yeah. That parry, that stagger was pretty nice. Alright, come here. This next one is going to be a single pull, so we're just going to get close, and this guy should come. There we go. Come on back. We're going to get a little bit of room between him and the other guys. It's going to be a 3 attack. And then parry him. And 2 of those will basically kill all these guys. Alright. Alright, so did we see that? How much? It looked like it did about 728 damage before, didn't it? I want to say that's what it did. Let's see what this chime's doing. I'm just comparing the chimes so I know which one we want to use. That seems to be right on target there. 841. So no, the other chime is still better, even though it has better scaling. Since the other one has higher magic adjust. There we go. And backstab? Nope. Backstab? Thank you. Ooh, he almost got me with that swing. What do you got? More leggings. Alright. Now these last two, for the most part, they try to stay right where they are. Unless you pull them off of there, they're going to just stay up there. So we come up here and attack. We'll see. That other one will just kind of stay there. Now, if you range shoot this guy, he won't move from his position, though. The only way to actually get him to come down the stairs is to get within attack range of him, and then he'll come get you. And even then, if we leave him alone, he's going to try and move back up there. Well, that wasn't very nice of you. And another item. Green Blossom. Their spear, whatever the heck this thing is, I'd like to get that too. I've never used it. It has both a overhand attack and a thrust attack, which seems like it could be really good. I imagine it's a pretty high skill level to use, probably higher than I have. But that's basically how I was going through when I was farming these guys. If you just take your time, you can get them fairly easily. Alright, we're going to pop a life gem, and we are going to summon this guy. We are going to swap our chimes. We're going to put this chime back on there. We'll put this chime back there. Oh, remind me. Well, you guys can't remind me because I can't hear from you guys. Alright, do we want to summon another player? There's plenty of them here. Let's get a Sunbro. Where's a Sunbro? Here's a Sunbro. Let's summon the Sunbro. So this boss, he has two basic theories behind him. One, he's got this big two-handed mace that he does arcing swings with. You just want to watch out for those swings as they'll hit you behind him pretty easily. They just cover so much area. The other thing is he will kneel down and go to buff himself. When he comes out of the buff, he fires off like this big attack in front of him. So when he goes to do that, you want to get behind him. And we're going to let everybody come in, and then we're going to buff up our weapon. I just want to get aggro off me for a moment. Alright, right here, we want to get behind him, and we just want to unload on him. Then back away. And he's kind of buffed up. Think of this kind of like the Artorias fight from the original Dark Souls. He just buffed himself. And so now he's doing more damage. Woo! If Great Warden dies, that's not a big deal. There's no story consequences to him dying. Alright, buddy. You know what? We got some strong lightning bolts. Let's lightning... Whoa, that is not what I wanted. And... dead? Not quite dead. Almost dead. Now he's dead. Hey! And that is Velstadt. If you get caught by his attacks, he hurts quite a bit. The big key to fighting him, especially if you're fighting him alone or just with the NPC, is finding the correct open windows. And that's going to be either when he's doing an overhand swing or when he's casting his magic. When he's casting his magic, you can get behind him and get some backstabs in and such. Other than that, for the most part, you want to leave your shield up and avoid the big arcing swings. And here is King Vendrick. As you can tell, he's pretty much gone entirely hollow and mad. He is not aggressive. We could attack him, and if we do enough damage, he will become aggressive. We don't want to do this. Right now, let me see how many souls we have. We have one giant soul. So right now, he has 16 times the normal defense that he would. So for each dragon soul you have, it cuts the defense he has down. If you have 4, he has twice his defense, twice his health. If you have 3, he's got 4 times his defense and his health. If you have 2, he's got 8 times. If you have 1, he has 16 times. If you have 9, he has 32 times. So basically, right now, we just don't want to mess with him. His health would be so high, it would just be a nightmare to fight him. Now, this giant soul, the one that we did get, this was from, not the gutter, but the Black Gulch, down below where we killed those 2 giants and we got the chest and the key. This is where we got that one soul. We will be getting more of these as we go through the rest of the game. Let's go ahead and pick up the King's Ring. And you'll notice we have an NPC up here now.
This ring is the symbol of the king. Use it to gain passage through the King's Gate and venture to the far east. Bearer of the curse, If you are to be the next monarch, then one day you will walk those grounds without really knowing why.
And that's all she's got to say. Okay. The King's Gate is the third option from the Forest of Shadow, or Shaded Forest, right? That central shrine area, there were three paths. The right path took us to the Door of the Pharaohs. The left path took us to the Shrine of Winter, which eventually brought us out to Castle Drangleic. The middle path is what she was just talking about right there. We are not headed there right now. Having just defeated Velstadt, we have just opened up several new purchase options, including some miracles that we want to get. So, first thing we are going to do, we are going to go to... oh boy. Here. We're going to Strade's Cell. Oh, actually, we should have stayed where we were. Oh well, we can go back real quick. Come here, buddy. Come here. We'll try to do this without attacking Strade this time. Whoops. And one more. There we go. A Loring Skull.
Well, very fine.
Okay, now I don't think we can actually trade anything new with him. I think that is Ornifex, where his soul goes. Where is it here? Ah, no, here it is. Soul of Velstadt. Sacred Oath. This is going to be another one we are going to use. This is a different type of buff. Rather than buffing our weapon with lightning, this just provides a static attack power buff for 60 seconds. And I believe it'll have 4 uses. This may actually be the better one of the two. Obviously, a static attack power buff will work on any weapon, so we don't have to worry about different boss souls or fire enchants or anything like that. That is good. The other thing we want is now he should have, yes, Greater Lightning Spear, very good, and another Sunlight Blade. So we now have, we can equip 2 versions of the Sunlight Blade, we can equip 16 Greater Lightning Spears, and 22 regular Lightning Spears. Obviously we're going to have to do some into Attunement in order to unlock some more castings. For now we'll probably just put the Sunlight Blades to the side and we'll focus on the other 4. Good.
Feeble cast one. Do you?
Let's go ahead. We might as well tune these in right away. So we're going to drop that, and we are going to put down Sacred Oath. Sacred Oath requires 2. Crap. No, it requires 4? Holy crapola. Well, we're not doing Sacred Oath right now, then. We will end up using it. Actually, we have 3 casts of this. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, what do we want in the last one? Might as well go with 1 Sunlight Blade. And we are going to travel right back to where we just were, as we want to go talk to the Grave Warden. Okay, the reason we're going here is the Grave Warden is going to give us some fancy items, plus we can now buy some new items off of him. For the katana lovers, and for those that like to play some mean games in PvP, he's going to have a great little item for us. It is called the Fishing Pole. It is a katana with an extremely long blade. I mean, ridiculously long. I believe it also, this is the one that goes through shields, so shields won't block it. Come on. Yeah, now you're dead. what I thought, buddy. Using this and hide weapon works out very well.
Light.
Yeah. We know you don't like light.
What do you require, human?
If we talk to
You have
him.
met the king, have you? Life is never easy, never fair. Even more so on this path you've chosen. May you find your peace one day. Take these with you. You may need them as proof of your visit here.
Dark Drift, so that is his weapon plus all of his gear. Buy item. Now I think he should have opened up his inventory some. And I would be wrong. Well, where do we get the fishing pole? Ha! I could have sworn it was from him. Let's talk to him again.
I am a finito. This
Nope,
top
that's gonna be-
countless souls rest here. Somewhere
Ha!
crude human.
I'll have to do some searching. Pop down here. We'll take a quick look at his item. I'll have to double check that. I apologize. There's so many things. Oh, isn't this what he gave us? Dark Drift? Okay. I'm sorry. I got it screwed up. He does give us a katana. And he gives us a katana that pierces through shields with its strong attack. You can see the blade is kind of invisible. The fishing pole is another katana that we are going to get later on with a really long blade. Using this and hide weapon can really screw people up in PvP because they won't realize how you're getting through their shield, at least not right away. More experienced players will after a few attacks. But that's something to keep in mind. Then his armor set is... it's decent for a fairly light set. You can see it only weighs 5. He didn't give us a helm. He doesn't have a helm. His cuffs only weigh... oh, they actually weigh more than our Jester gloves. They're okay. It's nothing terrific, but that was worth coming back here for. Alright, to Majula. And in Majula, I think we're gonna... So we need attunement, but we also need equip load. Luckily, there's no wrong answer, as we have, I think, 3 soul vessels. We can always respec as many times as we need to. Well, 3 times. And get it right. Let's see here. Use... This is going to give us about 140,000 souls, it looks like. 130-ish. Till we're done. Which is a pretty good chunk to start with. Now the question is, do we want to start upgrading the armor with this, or put the souls in other place? It's probably better to get to the point where we can equip it before we do that. I'm coming here because I believe, yep, her inventory has increased. So now we can buy Titanite chunks from her, and I think we're going to buy all of these. It's going to cost us 60k, which is quite a few. We're not worried about the slab. As you can see, we have 6 slabs. Twinkling Titanite, that's tempting too. Get our weapon upgraded. She will eventually have unlimited chunks. The only thing that doesn't become unlimited is slabs, but this will be almost the end of the game at that point. Think. We need one of these. Let's buy one of those, and we will hold off on everything else.
Visit me again, whenever.
I just want to check. I don't think these guys have expanded their inventory at all, but it's worth checking. Plus, we have never upgraded our Pyromancy Flame. Reinforce, there's +9 and +10. Good.
I'm always here. So come and...
Hold that.
Buy item. What does he have? No. We already have the better version of that. Alright, nothing too good.
One day might teach you.
Yep, I'm sure they will. Alright, let's take a quick look at what we have. So, we are... put our desired armor set on. And we'll start with this. So this is 79% with just this. Isn't that what it said? So probably 3 points will bring this down to where we need to be. Let's try that.
Bearer.
Level up. And 18, 19, 20. 68.5. $73.8. That didn't bring it down nearly as much as I thought it would have. Well, we could always also go with that. 64.2. We're still getting our souls. We're going to get fewer item drops, but that's fine. We have the items we want and need. If I ever want to farm anything, I can always do that off camera. Yeah, that might work. Can we use this shield? I like that shield a lot. 75.6. No, that's too heavy. Let's stick with that for now, and let's start upgrading this armor. One other thing I wanted to show you guys before we took off. So we picked up several items in there, and I didn't put them away. One is the Mace of the Insolent. This is pretty neat for our class, our loadout, since we are a Miracle Wielder. Its strong attack is a chime. So you can equip this and you have a regular mace, which is good against armored enemies, and then our heavy attack, it works as a chime. Pretty interesting. Definitely an interesting concept there. Unfortunately, the base damage on it is just awful. Awful. Well, 231 actually, that's not that awful. What do we need to upgrade this? Compared to our 400 weapons, it's pretty bad. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be Twinkling Titanite. No, just regular Titanite. That's not too bad. We may mess around with that. We also got... Let's see here. We got this staff. This is a great hex staff. Just want to show you guys this. This was looted out of one of the chests. This staff is pretty neat. Obviously, we can't use it. This is an int-based one. And we got the Black Witch's staff. This dropped off of one of the witches in there. This is another hex-based staff, but with more of a rounded scaling. So you can see this has no scaling in fire or lightning. This is both scaling in everything, and so forth. This is another okay casting staff that you might want to use. The last item we want to look at is the Blue Flame. This staff is very similar to the chime we just had, similar to the Mace of the Insolent, but it is for casting magical effects. So its primary attack is just a sword, and then its strong attack would be casting any magics, similar to our mace. This is what those ghosts were using, the guys coming out of the statues. This was their weapon. And at least from them, the attack on it really hurt. So if you're going an int build, you might want to try that out. Alright. Back to our Rust Red Sword. And let us do some upgrading. First, we got enough for one more into Reinforce. We got enough for one more into that, yes. Now, in order to go to +4 or +5, we need 5 of those. That's going to take us up to 384, and I believe that's where that'll top out at. Now, obviously, she only sells 2 more. Yeah, so we need to find 3 Twinkling Titanites. Now, to upgrade this armor, for each piece, it's going to be 6 of these. So we need 24 Titanite shards to upgrade our armor. So we'll do, whoops, that, and then, come on, 24. And we're going to run out of souls before we get through all this.
Whenever you please.
You would.
Reinforce. Armor. Do. Key is using the right one. Reinforce, yes. Reinforce, yes. Reinforce, yes. I'll have to go back through. Okay.
I'll be around if you make it back.
What I am going to do now, since we are low on souls and we have a whole bunch we want to do, that's about 30 minutes right there. Off camera, I'm going to go back and do a whole bunch of farming on that last boss. I'm going to sign up in order to, I'm going to drop my sign down, help people get through that area, and hopefully get a whole crap ton of souls. Put our regular gear back on because right now that gear is not better, but in time it will be. And that way we can hopefully we'll get a few more attunement levels and so much more. We'll get enough trinkets in order to turn into the Brotherhood and everything. I think that'll be the best way to go about it. Did I put the right leggings on? Yeah, I did put the right armor on. Alright, we're going to want to put the soul farming ring, or the item farming ring back on. That's good. Good. Okay, so that's going to be the plan. I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to go do a bunch of off-camera farming, come back with a whole bunch of souls, hopefully a whole bunch of light tokens, and we will finish up. We'll pick up with there next time. Till then, though, this has been Paler. Thanks for watching.